Hello everyone, so today I'm going to show you how to populate trees on a terrain in 3ds Max with the plugin known as Tyflow. So the very first thing you need to do is you need to obviously have your terrain, right? So I've made this terrain through Tyflow as well. You can check that out on the other video that I made. And basically I was just trying to create a type of snowy mountain, right? Um, and then once you've done that, you also need to put in some trees. So these trees I actually got from the V-Ray rendering software that I use, and you can simply just plug it in, and now that you've got your geometry there, you can start. So first thing to do is obviously create your Tyflow icon if you don't already have one. So if you want to do that, you can simply go to the Create tab, go to Geometries, and then go to Tyflow here. Click this, and you can just click anywhere on the map, and it should give you the same kind of icon. Once you've done that, go to Modify, click on this Tyflow icon, open Editor, and now we can start. So the first thing you want to do is you want to click on Birth here, as you can see on the bottom. So if you drag to the very left, you should be able to find Birth. Drag that in, like so. Perfect. The next thing you want to do is you want to click on perhaps maybe this, right? And 0. Because we want these trees to be there from the start and constantly there throughout time, right? So what this start and end means is that throughout time, maybe these trees appear out of nowhere in the sequence, right? But we don't want that because trees don't do that. So hit the end button so that it's only at 0, right? And once you've done that, see this 200 value? This is basically telling you how many trees you want on the terrain. So for the sake of this video, and maybe for your computer as well, change this to 15, perhaps maybe a low number for now, um, because you don't want your computer to crash. And once you've done that, change this display um, icon to geometries, and I'll explain why that is in a minute. But the next thing you want to do is create a Tyflow icon. So if you go to the Create tab, go to the Helpers icon. Um, it should say standard for you, so it will be like this, but um, just click on Tyflow like that. And then once you've done that, go to Ty icon, right? And once you've done this, go to top view, and then simply click and drag over your terrain like this, and cover it up like so, right? Once you've done that, very easy. All you gotta do, just drag this guy up here so you can actually see what's happening with this thing. Um, that, and then go back to your editor, right? And the next thing we want to do is we actually want to link this event in Tyflow to this Tyflow icon that we just created. So how do we do that? So let's just go to the right a little bit, and then go to position icon, and then just drag this guy in between there like that, like this, and then simply just press the pick button, and then click on the Tyflow icon. And then immediately you can notice that there's these random X's that appear on the icon, right? And this is basically telling you um, where the trees are going to be, right? X marks the spot. Um, yeah, and once that is done, let's go to shapes. So if you drag further down from here, there should be a shapes icon. So shapes, drag that in like this, right? And you notice the X's are gone now. But if you see here, it says triangle. We don't want triangles, so let's get rid of this. Right, remove, and then let's create a new one. It'll say triangles again, but don't worry, we can change that. All right. So as you notice here in the mesh tab, there is triangles, obviously. You know, that's what it is by default, but we want trees. So let's go to reference node, and then click none, right? And then click one of the little trees that we imported, right? So I imported this one, right? There you go, boom. See, these trees are absolutely huge. We don't want that. But as you can notice, it worked. It says spruce tree snow. Perfect. That is exactly what we wanted. The next thing we want to do is we want to scale this guy, right? So we want these trees to be to normal scale. So let's maybe put that to 1. Right, there you go, perfect. That is looking a lot better, right? Probably even smaller because the mountain is absolutely massive, but you know, just so you can actually see it better, that is good enough for me. Um, and then the next thing to do is to use position raycast. So position raycast is somewhere, there it is, position raycast. So grab this guy and then drag this to underneath shapes, right? And so the point of really doing this is to basically snap the trees. As you see, notice the trees are gone now, but basically what you're doing is you're snapping the trees directly onto your terrain, so it's actually sitting on something. And so very simply, click on position raycast and then press the pick button and then click on your terrain like so, right? And it should do it. There we are. So as you can see, they're sitting there now. Perfect. So yeah, that's really all there is to how to plot trees on a terrain in with Tyflow. If you want, you can also go back to the birth component and then just simply, change the values, right? So if I want to say have maybe 200, oh, not 200, maybe that's a bit too much. Maybe let's do 30. Maybe let's do 30. See what happens. You change it to 30. There you go. There's a lot more now. Maybe let's bring it up to 50. Right? 50. There you go. Okay. There's a lot going on there. Um, Obviously, you might also notice that because there's so many of these very detailed trees on the map now, the geometry is, or not the geometry, the model or your software is lagging a bit, right? So another thing you can also do is to simply change the display. So right now the display is under geometries, and what you can do as well is to also change it to convex hulls, right? And what this does is it basically just simplifies the geometry. But not only that, because when you're actually trying to render this, the trees will come out as they should. But in the 3ds Max software, it would appear like this, so your computer doesn't, crash as you're trying to do this. So yeah, that's all. Thank you for watching.